Yeah, we get some almost simple pleasures right now that people might not really understand, but just the idea that we could go out to our ballpark, play at home this time of year. I think it's almost 3 weeks to a month earlier than the earliest home game, or something like that, 2 to 3 weeks. So playing a home game, going to get back out and practice on the field today. It's hard to explain how much of a game changer the ballpark and the field are, and just the excitement around it. The boys were so fired up. In the past, this time of year was checking the weather and seeing, not only if we could play, but where we could play, because our field wasn't going to be ready. So there was a ton of excitement yesterday, and to play, Boston College Holy Cross baseball has been playing for pretty close to 100 years. So to play Holy Cross, and I have a lot of respect for that program and Coach DeCenzo. So it was good to go out there and get a win in our home park. And there was a good crowd. There was a bunch of people out there yesterday. A bunch of students came out, and it turned out to be a pretty nice day.
What does it do for your lineup getting guys in the middle of the order? Jack Cunningham, that's pretty good for a home run. Gian Marley, 2 doubles yesterday. The top and the bottom have been producing a lot of guys in the middle. Got an opportunity to get going.
Yeah, those are guys that you always, they're going to hit. They can both hit for power. Both those guys have a chance to change the score anytime they come to the plate with one swing. So, those guys are going to get going. Jack really started going this weekend. And the thing about Jack was his numbers didn't show it, but he'd been having really good at-bats. He'd been barreling baseballs. He'd been hitting baseballs really hard all year, just without a lot to show for it. And to kind of see it starting to come, and yesterday was great. And it was good to see Gian not only get a couple of hits, but driving some runs, which is something that he's always been very good at. And Gian just got to pressing a little bit early on, and I think he had a little bit of an exhale yesterday after getting a couple of hits, and we'll see him start to come now as well.
How do you like the play up the middle? Brian Dempsey played third and second a lot in his career. Now he's kind of anchoring infield and shortstop. He felt he's played in freshman and second Cody Morris set. They've done exceptionally well turning double plays. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I haven't seen the recent NCAA stats, but I think as of last week we were third in the country in double plays, I think. And I honestly think you can include Jake Lou and Jack Cunningham. I think our infield defense is one of the strong points of our team. I think our infield can play defense with anybody in the country right now. Demps, he showed as a freshman he could really play third. We put him at second base last year. And by the end of last year, he could turn a double play with anybody in the country. And now we're at shortstop, and he's doing a great job there. Cody just continues to work and learn, and he has played short and second before college. So and we spent a lot of time working with all of our infielders at all the different positions. And then Jake Lou, it's no surprise watching him play defense out there. That kid, everybody knows he can really, really play defense. Even the double play he turned. With Smitty on the mound in the eighth, looked like a routine play, but going to his left and making a play and giving Cody a really good feed to turn a double play in the eighth. I just think it gives our pitching staff so much confidence that they just know get the ball in play and these guys will pick it up and throw it across.
Speaking of pitching staff, you got to see 6 arms out there yesterday. How do you feel they did? How do you feel about that team going forward?
Yeah, the awesome thing about this group is we've got really good depth, and we have some guys that we think can be really good pieces that they haven't even gotten games recently. Nick Kuhig and Mike Marzoni tweaked his back a little bit, and Nelly. We have some guys that we just haven't even had a chance to get in the game. That now that we're playing 2 midweek games over the next couple of weeks, will be able to help us. And then we're able to see, Laner threw the ball great last night. We're used to seeing Joey Mancini pound the zone and get soft contact. He did it again last night. I think the pitching staff is really starting to come together, and as guys are kind of starting to settle into their roles. It was good to see Joey Walsh throw the ball well last night. He's going to be a huge piece of this thing going forward. I think Emmett wasn't thrilled with his outing. Obviously, he threw the ball great in Louisville and brought him back yesterday. And that's just part of being a young kid learning his first college start, and I think got a little bit ahead of himself. But Emmett's, everybody can see the stuff with Emmett. He's going to be really important for this program, both this year and going forward.
What was it like getting that sort back to Friday night last week and then on the other end having Mason Filio settle into that Sunday?
Yeah, Mets changes everything. Just having him on Friday, being able to handle what it means to pitch on a Friday in the ACC, the stability. When he's on the mound, you got a chance to win the game. And there are sometimes he can do it himself. I mean, he had a couple outings last year. We shut somebody down for 8 to 9 innings and was able to let the bullpen just sit down. But even if he doesn't finish, you're going to get a competitive start. You're going to have a chance to win the game when he's on the mound. And then what Mason did on Sunday was unbelievable. To see a freshman handle that lineup. I think they're 8th in the country right now, and they beat Ole Miss at home last night in extra innings. I think Ole Miss is 7 or 9 or right around there as well. So you're going to see them start to creep up, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Louisville and Omaha and Mason kind of dominated that lineup. So I think it's going to be, and Gilly actually threw the ball better this weekend than his line showed. There's a couple ground balls that just squeaked through that if they're a step or two either way, he gets a ground ball out or a ground ball double play. So I really like our rotation, and I like where it's going.
Last thing, heading to Wake Forest, week number 2 in ACC play. What do you expect? What are the typical challenges of playing Wake Forest?
Yeah, they're always well coached. It's going to be a good quality opponent. The ballpark is a touch of a challenge with how small that ballpark is. It kind of changes everything. They play to it. They're very good in their home park. But I also think the other cool thing about going down to Wake Forest, they're doing an ALS awareness game on Saturday, and Coach Walters has really been out front and helping the mission and helping Pete and John and Andrew and Nancy and Julie. So there's a kind of a cool connection with our program and their program, and unfortunately they had a former player years ago with ALS. So it's an unfortunate connection, but we're just really appreciative of Coach Walters and Wake Forest helping Pete's mission.